The Seahawks have worked out a contract with Geno Smith for 3 years, $105 million, officially. They also officially have the 5th overall pick in the draft. So Pete Carroll, in the aftermath of Geno Smith's contract, was asked about whether or not this precludes them from drafting a quarterback with pick number 5. Here's what he had to say.
That opportunity is absolutely there. We can do whatever we need to do, which is a whole nother, discussion of what's really exciting. And, the coaches are working at it and the scouts are working at it to try to position this thing. When there's only, you're at 5, this is different than we're used to seeing. This is really fun because you can pretty much predict what's going to happen with, 4 different choices, so which one is it? So we're live on all, and all guns are blazing here.
Now, look, either he means it or he's trying to position himself to get the best possible trade package from the Raiders or the Panthers or the Falcons. We talked about that yesterday. It could be both. It could be both.
That could be very
and
big.
if I'm Geno Smith, I don't know how I feel about this. But, the bottom line is we broke down the deal. Some of the contract details are out there. It's more like 3 years, 75, not 3 years, 105. There's incentives. We haven't seen the triggers yet for the extra $30 million that are tied to performance. But, it's not the commitment, the full 3-year, $105 million commitment that we thought it was. And so, yeah, there's an opening there for the Seahawks to take a quarterback, and they sit at number 5, which they rarely do. But we also know their habit, Chris, is trading down.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess one or the other right now, I'd say it's more likely they trade out of that spot than it is they use that pick on a quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree with that, too. I would lean that way as well. But I think, you said it right. I think that there's, all options are still on the table here. And that both can be true, that they want, Geno Smith to be the starting quarterback this next year. But they're going to evaluate quarterbacks and possibly take one at 5. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think any team knows what they're going to do yet. I don't. I talk to too many people around football right now. Coaches are, and a lot of teams, the Jets right now, they're worried about Aaron Rodgers. They're not worried about the draft yet, right? So there's teams here still where Seattle, I think, looks at this, hey, we like this guy. All right, we got the insurance that he's our guy here and, for at least a year. And if he plays better than that, and awesome, maybe longer than that. But at the same time, as we continue to go through this process, and if we start to, we're 3 weeks out from the draft, and damn, we love, this quarterback right here, this allows that option to still be, viable and realistic. So I do think they got the best of both worlds here as far as that's concerned. But, yeah, I'm with you in the fact that I don't expect that pick to be a quarterback, and I would expect them to trade down. We know they got some things on their roster they need to fix, but what Pete Carroll says is a very real thing. It's rare that you're at that spot in that little bubble of, we can get franchise game-changing type quarterback here. And I think that's why they'll continue to do their due diligence and try to diligence and figure out, where they want to go as this process moves along.
The question is, if they were going to draft a quarterback at number 5, are they comfortable having him sit for a year or two behind Geno Smith? What impact does that have on Smith? Is he impaired by that presence? Those are all factors to be considered. Let's take a break. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.